Welcome to the Baku City Circuit, where free practice for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is about to get underway. This is a technical circuit which will nonetheless see some huge speeds with a near flat-out final sector that's twice the length of Shanghai's back straight. Let's see who can find the right balance in their setup today. Anthony Davidson is here as usual to help take us through the action. And I've seen some questions on social media and other places about this current crop of F1 cars and why they're so much faster now, despite being significantly heavier than the previous generations of machines. Take us through that one.
I'd be happy to, Crofty. And simply put, it's a matter of grip. Now, that comes from two sources. You have what we call mechanical grip, which comes from the surface of the tyres sticking to the road. And these tyres are significantly wider now when compared to previous years, so they have the potential for more mechanical grip. Then you have the downforce, of course, which pushes the car into the road as the air moves over it, thus generating grip. And these cars have about 20% more downforce, which is more than enough to overcome the added weight.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here today. We're back once again here for career mode on F1 2019. Here today for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Coming into this, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't extremely confident of a good result. As you can see, practice not really going so well. We got running in all kinds of conditions, dry, and then it started to rain, as you can see. So I did a few laps on the inters just to see what the new, how the car felt after all the new upgrade packages. Didn't feel too bad, could have definitely been better. Bit of a moment there between the AI, which was quite interesting, with the Red Bull and Toro Rosso basically taking each other out, which was really odd to see. But as you can see, there's us sliding and once again in the wall. So yeah, practice didn't really go that well. Well, there you go. Oh, I just showed it again. It just didn't go well. Practice one, ended up in the wall more times than I can count, but dried up for FP2, so we were able to get out there, complete all of the practice programs, apart from qualifying pace and I think tyre wear. Apart from those two tests, I think we passed everything fairly well, and yeah, as I said, FP2 went fairly well. I was able to start getting a few consistent laps in and really just starting to push the boundaries, I guess, a little bit in this car and just see what it is capable of. Certainly going a bit quicker than what we would be if this was a league race. I refer you back to the likes of maybe Race Spec, Esports Elite Series or AOR, for instance, at Baku when we were here. We're certainly going a bit quicker than what I was back then, but anyway, upgrade-wise, looking fairly good at the moment. I don't know what I'm going to aim for next. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. Probably shouldn't I? But we'll cross that hurdle when the time comes, I guess. But I think that is everything that happened and that I need to talk about. So yeah, I think so. So let's get into qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Alright, welcome guys to qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, round number 4 of Season 2. Not gonna lie, I felt like I could get into Q3 pretty easily. Obviously, we have the best engine in the field in the back of this car, and with this ginormous front straight, that should definitely pay dividends. Q1, went out and set a lap probably in the middle of the session. Felt like that'd be good enough to get us through into Q2. And as you can see, currently sitting in P7, now down to P8, P9. but I think we get through, and we do. P12, 3/4 of a second away from our teammate though. Perez with nearly 2/10 over the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas, so Perez definitely showing what this car is capable of. Nearly down into the low 1 minute 35s, mind you, so that is insane pace around this street circuit. But anyway, cutting on to Q2, did the exact same thing again, basically went and set a lap right in the middle of the session. Much better this time, we're actually able to match what Perez did in Q1 with a 1:35.5, gets us through into the final part of qualifying. Ferrari 1-2 though, Perez P3, so looking pretty good at the moment. As you can see, Charles Leclerc with nearly half a second over the field, so very good job from the Monegasque driver there. But cutting on to Q3, basically like I always have, one time lap right at the end of the session, and it's been a pretty decent lap, not going to lie. I haven't made too many mistakes. A little brake lock up at the start of the lap, but other than that, it's damn near been perfect. A little bit wide at the final corner a few moments ago, as you saw, but other than that, this has been a pretty solid lap. Perez on pole at the moment with a 1:34.5. Where are we going to end up?
Nice job.
Alright, so we managed to get into the top 5 with P5, but I definitely feel like there was more in that lap. Perez takes pole position on a 1:34.5. He's, holy moly, he demolished the field there in Q3. So Sergio Perez is definitely going to be a championship threat this season. I think he already proved that at the start of the season, but that just confirms it basically if he's able to pull those kinds of times out. But P5, it's a solid starting spot for us, and we should be in with a good chance to score some more points in the race.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
Thank you very much, Emma. I definitely think we are, but anyway, so I guess it's time to get ready for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As you can see, leading R&D at the moment. Obviously, our probably way overpowered engine helps out a lot, but anyway, hopefully that can pay dividends in the race. But speaking of which, let's get in to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Lee, Lewis Hamilton and Bottas, Ricciardo, Weber, Gasly and Kimi Raikkonen. Perez, they've taken a grid penalty. Norris, Antonio Giovinazzi and Kvyat, Butler, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean and George Russell. Stroll and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
You qualified higher than we were expecting, so see if you can keep this position in the race.
You have got to be joking. On the one weekend where Sergio Perez is probably almost guaranteed a victory here in Formula 1, he ends up with a 10-place grid penalty for what I presume is a engine change of some description. So that's annoying. So Perez not even in the top 10 anymore, down to P11 from pole position. So he hopefully will have the eyes on and come back up through the field a little bit. So I definitely think we'll have to watch out for him, whether that be at the early stage of the race or a bit later on. Time will tell on that front, but obviously it does have the unintentional benefit for us as well, moving us on to the second row of the grid alongside Sebastian Vettel. So it's going to be P4 for us, so you know, it's not bad, but at the same time I would rather start P5 and have Perez start P1 than start P4 and have Checo down outside the 10. So yeah, but anyway, he's been dealt the blow, and hopefully we can make something work. But anyway,
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
alright, thank you very much, boss. I'm pretty sure I remember how to do that, but anyway, waiting for the last couple of AI to reform, and I think we're all good to go. Here we are. Alright, awaiting 5 red lights for round number 4 of Season 2 here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and away we go. Looks like a pretty decent initial launch, but we've gone absolutely nowhere as we go up through the gears. Hamilton gets us on the start around the outside. Bottas was looking for a move up here inside there, I think, but now he's been pipped off by a fellow Aussie, Danny Rick. So great start from the Renault. He jumps up into P6. Hamilton trying to take P3 away from Sebastian Vettel. How many times have we heard those two going at it before? But anyway, Hamilton, is he going to try and stick it around the outside on lap 1? That's awfully risky. They leave each other just enough room, still going side by side. I think Hamilton might get this done. No, Vettel's fighting back, and I honestly can't tell who's going to come out on top. I think it might be Sebastian Vettel. Not too sure. Cut to the replay camera now. Charles Leclerc maintains the lead away from Max Verstappen. Vettel gets P3 ahead of Hamilton. We maintain P5 at the moment. But man, that was close. I thought about having a dive at Lewis there into that right hander. As you can see, he was covering off, because I was definitely thinking about it. If that was the final lap, I might have gone for it. But it's the first lap of the race, so there's no point in going for anything crazy like that and potentially throwing it away basically before it's even started. But I think was that Danny Kvyat who was retired here on lap 2. So you can see yellow flags behind us. So that's not good for the Renault team. Ricciardo might want to be a bit careful now. But Valtteri Bottas is now out of the session as well. So let's just go back and have a look. Are these two being involved in incidents? No, looking at that, that's just a straight up engine failure for the Russian there as he come into turn 1. That Renault engine looks very second hand. And I would say Danny Kvyat's day is well and truly done here at Azerbaijan, literally before it got going. And we'll have a look at Valtteri Bottas now, and the exact same problem for the Mercedes driver, right in front of our teammate no less. So hopefully Perez didn't get damage out of that. I think he touched Bottas, but in the space of 10 seconds, 2 simultaneous engine failures for the AI. And man, that's something that doesn't normally happen. So this is that could be a sign of things to come. This race could be very interesting later on. But anyway, on the lap 5, we're trying to make the move on Lewis Hamilton. He bunny up that curb a little bit there, runs into us. Not a place where you really try to make moves either. So probably a little bit, bad on my side there, I guess. I'll take the blame for that bit of contact. But as you can see, cutting on to lap 6, we have a big queue of cars right behind us, and we're in the wall. Oh God, we just... I'm amazed that I actually didn't lose a wheel then. We hammered into that wall there. And man, that is not good, because now we've got front wing damage, sparks flying off the car. And this is really not doing us any good at the moment. Really having to slow the car down to get through that left-right section. And here comes our teammate out of nowhere. So he's definitely making up ground at a rapid rate of knots. Through he goes up into P5 as we come into the pits very, very fast. Almost hit the wall again. So pushing for 11 tenths even with a damaged front wing, trying to get it repaired. So into the pits now. hopefully they do change it, and they do. I did set the repair wing change to yes, but even when you do that, sometimes the buffoons in the garage will actually not touch it, but luckily for us, they recognised that it was damaged, they touched it, and they've changed it. So there we go. So back out onto the track, re-emerging in dead last. Not really where we want to be, but hopefully we'll get some spots back in a few moments' time. Coming on to the start of lap 9, few of the AI in the pits, Pierre Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo, who I don't think we're going to jump. Oh, he comes there, squeezes us towards the wall a little bit. I think we're just going to get the job done, and we are. That was very close between the two Aussies there. That could have ended badly, but we get away with it. Cutting on to lap 10, we've caught up to a train which, by the looks of it, almost extends into the top 10. Lucas Faber is the first one we're going to try and pick off around the outside. He squeezes us right to the white line, but we get the move done. Clean around the outside as well. Very nice move on our former F2 teammate. That's up to 15th now. Getting on a little bit later to lap 11. Robert Kubica and Kevin Magnussen going at it. We're going to try and make the move around the outside of the Williams. Very nice move. With all due respect, probably not the hardest thing to do, make a move on a Williams, but anyway. But here we go now. We're going to try and make a move on Kevin Magnussen. Can we get this done? We're going to go round the outside. I think we're going to get away with this, and I believe we did. Let's just go and have a look at the replay real quick. Round the outside of Kubica there into that left-hander. That's a bit of a torrid camera angle, so we can't really see there. But we got the move done, and now we'll try and attack Kevin Magnussen. Go around the outside here. Very nice move. We get the job done on the Haas driver. Kubica, I think he thought about a move there, but didn't go for it. But anyway, to the end of lap 11 now, and we've actually caught right back up behind our teammate. Here's Lance Stroll first, but we get by him pretty quickly. Obviously, the man we replaced at the start of Season 1. So nice to get a leg up on Stroll there momentarily. But here we go, attacking Perez down the front straight on the lap 12. And we get the move done, almost like he was standing still there. And, well, just like that, up to P11. Cutting on to lap 12. Oh, God, this is all a bit messy, There's a big boy yeet on George Russell there. But we got the job done. He defended from Perez for probably, I'd say, half a lap. But Perez, undoubtedly, as soon as we got to the big straight, just basically blew his door handles off. Cutting up to lap 16, there goes Sebastian Vettel like he was standing still. That Ferrari's just got nothing in terms of straight line speed for us. But on to lap 17, and now we're going to attack Lewis Hamilton. This is for a podium. DRS overtake high on the ERS, and just like that we get the job done. Oh, we've gone a little bit deep into one though. Will this give Lewis a chance to fight back? He's on the inside, goes back up the inside into turn 2. Very close racing between the pair of us, but no contact made. We maintain P3 for the moment. Lewis has got DRS though, so we're right on board with the Red Bull here. As we come down to this left-hander, he's going to try to look really outside, but we squeeze him right to the wall. I'm not going to lie, I did actually go a bit deep in there, so I squeezed him a bit more than what I wanted to. But cutting up to lap 23, out of nowhere, here comes Sergio Perez trying to grab the final podium position off us. I did not expect to see Sergio again for the rest of this race. Last time I checked, he was still beyond Sebastian Vettel, so he's made his way past the German and Lewis Hamilton, and is now up here trying to steal third place from us. Well, not steal, I suppose take third away, but whichever way you'd like to say it. Tried to go up the inside into that left-hander, but we're able to maintain P3 for now. Perez giving us a very hard time at the moment. Coming on to the end of lap 24, contact almost made there as Perez looked to go to her right hand side, but there he goes with DRS, undoubtedly reach and overtake going as well, and round the outside like we're sitting still. Perez up to P3, but we dive back up the inside into turn 1. I do not want to give this podium up. We get the move done rather, and yeah, back up into P3. I'm starting to lose my breath, honestly. This is great battling at the moment. Perez there with DRS, and here he comes again. Down to the left-hander now we're going to be the one to try and send it up the inside. side by side between the teammates. Still great racing between the pair of us, and we still somehow hang on to P3. Perez momentarily had to defend from Hamilton there, so that gives us a little bit of breathing room. But coming on to the final lap of the race, we've been able to hold these guys at bay, but can we do it for just a little bit longer? Charles Leclerc wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from Max Verstappen. Those two were like 15-20 seconds up the road, so there was no chance of doing anything to those guys. But here we go, the long run up to the finish line. There is Perez, he's right there. He's going to have DRS on us. Who is going to get third place here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Is it going to be ourselves or Perez? Here he comes, but I think we just get it, and we do. Alright, so there we go guys, that has been today's video. Career mode from Azerbaijan. What a finish with Sergio Perez. Almost pipped us on the line for P3, but we are just able to hang on. Charles Leclerc wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix quite convincingly from Max Verstappen, and Max was like 15 seconds ahead of us, so there was no chance we could aim for anything better than P3, but we're able to hang on. Driver standings, Perez in P2, SL's P6, so all in all, I'd say this has been a pretty darn good weekend.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
Yeah, definitely. If it wasn't for Perez's grid penalty though, I definitely don't think we'd be there.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
There is no secret, to be honest. You just gotta do the best you can, and yeah, sometimes luck falls your way.
That was a close finish. How are things between the two of you?
I think they're pretty good. Nice to get some bragging rights over Perez for the first time in a while, so I'm happy.
You had a bit of a rivalry going on, but it looks like he bested you.
In qualifying, yes, he absolutely flogged me, but we did beat him in the race, so that's something to take away.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Alright, thank you very much, Claire. So there we go, guys. Round 4 of Season 2 here at Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Leading the rivalry against Pierre Gasly. I'm pretty confident that we should win that one. We lost the rivalry to Sergio Perez. Not a real big surprise. That was probably a done deal after Australia, to be honest. But hopefully we can get some momentum rolling now that we have beaten him once and build off that. But all in all, I'd say this has still been a very successful weekend for the team.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
Alright, thank you very much, Jeff. And it looks like we have another contract negotiation. First one of Season 2. So let's go and see if we can maybe negotiate some semi-half fairly decent terms. That did not come out the way I had it planned at all. So let's just change a few things. We'll try to go a bit aggressive and let's see what they think.
They didn't like those terms. Let's try again.
Okay, so that was a bit too aggressive, so let's tone a few things down. Let's see what they think about this.
We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises.
Geez, I don't know what other compromises there are to make. I suppose we could be a bit more aggressive on the expected qualifying and race positions, but I feel like qualifying is still not the easiest thing to do, but let's see.
I'm afraid negotiations have broken down, and there's nothing more I can do. Luckily, we had the team's original offer to fall back on, so we've agreed to those terms. We'll have another chance to negotiate down the road.
Alright then. Well, that definitely didn't go to plan. But anyway, as Emma said, we have the team's original offer to fall back on, so looks like we're stuck with that for at least another 4 races. Probably could have been a bit more aggressive with the expected qualifying race positions, etc. But hey ho, we always learn, and we can remember that when the time comes for the next negotiation. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, so you can stay tuned for plenty more. 2 new upgrades on the way for next time out, so hopefully that'll help us out a bit. But yeah, until my next video, I'll see you guys next time.